Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Dragon's Lair. My name is Brent. Today we're going to be back at it with some more Ollie's packs. I've said it in the last couple Ollie's videos I've done, I stop there like every 2-3 weeks or whatever, because every time we go to the comic shop or we just go out to dinner or something like that, we always stop at Ollie's because it's right there pretty much. So I've got stacks of Ollie's comic packs that I bought, and I try to split them up over videos, so we're going to get into some of these. We're just going to get right into it. But we got 4 packs plus a paperback book I got. But we'll start with the book first. We got Dakin Dark Wolverine. This was for $3. Nice little book. I don't know if I've ever read Dakin. I think that's how you say it. Dakin? Dakan? I don't know. Let's see if there's something cool looking in here. But some pretty cool art in there nonetheless. For $3, I don't think, I can complain too much. Back looks pretty cool too. So, Dakin, Dakan, however you say it, Dark Wolverine. Very, very cool for $3. They have stacks of books there, paperbacks like these, Batman. Sometimes they have some X-Men, all kinds of Joker, stuff like that. So, I'm not going to complain. I've never read it. But we're just going to get right into the first pack. And yes, I am joined by all my dogs. They are all in here. You want to say hi? Here's Miss Kira. You say hi? No, she's just going to look at me. Sometimes they come right up and I just throw them in a video, but for some reason, I guess it's cold and rainy outside, so been a cold April here. But, oh boy. One thing I hate about all these packs is they pack them so freaking tight. I try not to damage any books. I got my buddy John into it, and every time I stop, he gives me a 20 and says, yeah, pick me up some packs. And then he's like, I see what you mean by these things are hard to open. It's like some of them are just packed super, super tight. Sometimes you get the value at $14.95. Some of them are valued at $25.95. Get what you get, I guess. Sometimes the older books, which I usually, a lot of times go for stuff that's a little older. 80s, 90s, what I grew up with. I look for more of that. So I get, the lesser value stuff, because it's just stuff that's cooler to me. But first up, we have Secret Invasion, The New Avengers, number 46 from Marvel. Very, very cool looking cover. Let's see if there's anything cool in here. Almost a full page. If you don't know, I love full page art. But pretty close. Very, very cool nonetheless. I don't know if I've ever read that series or not. I probably have some. Pretty cool nonetheless. Next up, we have one I could care less about. This is Faith Dreamside, number 3 from Valiant. Doesn't look like anything I'd probably want to read. Although that right there looks pretty cool. Nice little dragon. No complaints here. This one's actually in a little baggie with a trading card in it. This is Kane from Harris Comics, number 1. I don't know if I've ever even heard of Harris Comics. Pretty cool. Like I said, there is a little card in the back. I don't know who that is. Frenzy. I don't know who Frenzy is. Never read Kane. Very, very cool. Neat looking cover. Harris Comics. Never heard of it. Next up, we have Archer Armstrong, number 12 from Valiant. I do think I've pulled a couple of these. I've never read any of this series. So I don't know if it's any good or not. You guys can tell me if it's any good. I'm guessing probably not. Doesn't seem like a lot of people like Valiant too much. Always seem to find it. I mean, that's pretty cool right there. Pretty neat looking. But, I don't know much about Archer and Armstrong. And, of course, I had to get this comic because my man Aaron over at Psychotronic Squirt Gun, he's always talking about Judge Dredd. When I saw this, I was like, oh, that's cool. Little Judge Dredd action. And I don't think I've ever read Judge Dredd, which I think this is like, might be 80s. 80s, early 90s, maybe? Oh, I'm not seeing a date anywhere. I'm not seeing a date anywhere at all. But, no. Definitely looks like it's 80s or 90s. See if there's something cool in here to show off. Yeah, we'll just go right here. Definitely got the 80s, 90s look. Very, very cool. Like I said, I don't see a date anywhere. Of course, right there's a little Judge Dredd action. If you don't know Judge Dredd, they did 2 movies on it. One with Sylvester Stallone. A lot of people didn't like that movie. I mean, it was, I don't know, I didn't really care for it a lot. And then the remake I thought was a little bit better. But, you know, it's Judge Dredd, I guess. We'll go with this pack next. This one has a big old paperback in it, which I'm guessing a lot of times it's stuff they can't sell. They just throw them in here and just to get rid of them. That's usually what these packs are. Once in a while they do put some decent books in here. I have pulled a couple $10 and $20 books out of these packs before. So if you're one of the ones that say they only put junk in there and there's never nothing good, I have pulled some, you know, more expensive books out of here. So first up we have X-Men number 189. Looks like a Sabretooth on there, kinda. I'm not sure if that is or not. Pretty neat nonetheless. I am a huge X-Men fan. Let's see if we can find something cool in here. Very cool nonetheless. Love my X-Men. Of course, the big old paperback book in here is Common Grounds. I don't know anything about this. So, definitely something I'll eventually read. I'll probably take it to work with me. I usually take these to work, and when we have, you know, like down days or something like that at work, and we're just cleaning or something like that, I'll just take a little extra break and go hide somewhere and read a comic book. Something to be something really, really cool in here. I was hoping for some full page art, but I'm not really seeing much here. I mean, the artwork looks kind of cool in it. I mean, yeah. Whatever that guy's supposed to be. I don't know. Common Grounds. I don't know if it's any good or not, but pretty cool nonetheless. Next up we have Jack Kirby's Secret City Saga number 1 of 4 from Topps. I don't know anything about this. It does have some trading cards in the back, but it is Jack Kirby. So, we love Jack Kirby around here, so that is pretty cool. Next up is, I think it says Rip Claw number 6 from Image. I believe that's Rip Claw. I don't know. I've never heard of this series. I do like Image, so a lot of people don't seem to like Image, it seems like. But I am actually a fan of Image comics. I like a lot of the stuff. They do a lot of the newer G.I. Joe stuff, which I'm absolutely loving. That's some pretty cool artwork right there. Some artwork of a werewolf lichen. Very cool. I don't know anything about that series, though. Pretty cool, though. And then the last book in there is Miraculous number 4. I don't know anything about Miraculous. Definitely looks like it's more kid-oriented. So this is probably one I'll just probably give away. Something like that. I give a lot of stuff to the neighbor kids. You know, when I see them. It's still kind of cold and wet out there. They've been out a little bit more, but you know, I haven't really gone out a whole lot, just taking the dogs out. That's about it. So I haven't really got a chance to really talk to the neighbor kids. They usually come running up in my yard, so always to see what I'm doing, then ask if I got any comic books, but I don't think we're quite there yet. It's still a little wet and damp out. So first up out of this pack, we have Black Panther number 18 from Marvel. Oh, and it's actually a wraparound, I believe. A very, very cool looking wraparound. Got a little, looks like a watcher right there. Very, very cool. I don't know if I've really ever read a lot of Black Panther. Maybe some of the early stuff as a kid. Of course, we got my man Doom right there. If you don't know, I am a big fan of Victor Von Doom. Always liked Doom. Thought he was always a super cool villain. Oh, this is cool. Next up, we have X-Men Forever number 15. Another book I don't have. Chris Claremont. Very, very cool. I don't know what this is about. This is... Oh, it's an actual comic. I thought maybe it was just like an art comic or something, like a storyline. But no, it's an actual comic, so that is pretty cool. I swear there's advertisements on every other page, it seems like. Pretty cool. Sorry about the glare, guys. No matter what I do, I can't. It's just dark in here. If I put a light up, it glares. Nothing I can do about it. Next up, we have Armor Clads number 4 from Valiant. Dang, look, cool looking cover. Right out of the pages of like Terminator or something out of that. Black and white. Very, very cool looking artwork right there. I mean, that is just killer. He said, I don't know much about or read much Valiant, but of course it's just the back's black and white. I don't know, this comic looks pretty darn cool in my opinion. Definitely gonna have to check this out. Maybe I'll give this one a read today. Very, very cool. Armor Clads. He said, I don't know a thing about it. Next up is Wolfgang number 3 from Dark Horse. I don't know anything about this. This is like a real small book. Not very thick. I mean, it looks kind of cool. Looks pretty neat. I mean, but it's flimsy. It looks like it's about 10 pages long. Is what it is, I guess. And then lastly out of this pack, we have The Secret Defenders number 15. Featuring Cage and Deadpool Cage and Dr. Druid. I remember Dr. Druid. Of course, it's got some trading cards in here in it. I don't know if you can see them trading cards or not. That is pretty cool. Love me some trading cards. Definitely a child of the 80s and 90s. Pretty cool artwork in there nonetheless. Very, very cool. Neat book. I don't know if I've ever read Secret Defenders or not, but very, very cool. And we've got one more pack here. Of course, it's got a little X-Men on it. A little Buck Rogers. And remember, anybody remember Buck Rogers from when they were a kid? Some of them TV shows are totally cheesy now, but man, they were like top notch back when I was a kid. Couldn't wait to watch them. Definitely tell I'm getting old. First up, we have one of the X-Men 29, or no, X-Men 2099. One of the X-Men will die. Number 3 from Marvel. Very, very cool. I don't know if the X-Men 2099 run is any good or not. I've got a couple of them now, but I don't think I've read them, actually. It'd be cool to read them all in order or something like that, but very rarely do I read comics in sequential order just because I don't have the comics, so I just read whatever I got. Good rule of thumb, read one comic a day. I heard that from Cheap Comic Collector when I first started watching him before I started doing videos. And that's when I was like, you know, that's a good way to look at it. Just read one a day. And next up we have a paperback. This is Dead Dudes. I don't know anything about it. Kind of looks kid-oriented. Doesn't mean it's a bad read or anything, you know. It's just probably more oriented towards kids. Which I'm not seeing anything cool in here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything cool looking in here. We'll just show off this, I guess. I don't know. This is one I don't know if I'll read this or not. Just kind of sounds cool, but I don't know. Next up, we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 1 from Boom Studios. Kind of a cool looking cover. I never got into Power Rangers. That was more 90s. That was kind of after my time. I graduated in 94, so I was never excited to see Power Rangers or anything like that. I mean, those things look kind of cool, whatever they are. I don't know if you can see them very good or not. Almost like Godzilla-esque. But I've got several of those Power Ranger comics out of these. And like I said, maybe I'll start reading them. I don't know. Next up, we have Bloodshot number 7 from Valiant. I think I've got a couple of these now. They kind of look interesting. Like I said, not a lot of people talk about, Valiant. Of course, I'm a sucker for, like, war stories. Of course, the advertisement on the back from Nintendo, Terminator 2 and Alien 3. My friend Kevin is probably going to love that little advertisement. Very, very cool. This is definitely a book. I might check this out tonight. Like I said, I am a sucker for, like, war stories. That's why I love G.I. Joe. So that is kind of cool. I might just give that a read tonight. And lastly, we have Buck Rogers number 0 from Dynamite. It isn't a bag and board. I don't know if it's any good or not. But we'll free it out of there. This will get a little bit better picture of it. Real thin book. This is one you could probably read in like a minute or two. Wow, that's only like 5 or 6 pages. Not very much in this. Pretty cool. Maybe it's worth some money. Probably not. But that is it for my little haul from Ollie's. I hope you guys liked what you saw. I wouldn't say there was anything spectacular in these packs today, but it was fun to open them. I enjoy doing this. So, hope you guys liked it. Like, comment, subscribe. It's all cool. It's all good. Thanks for watching, guys. Later.